2, 1, and roll code open.
Coming up on Take 30 News, a beloved former MSU mascot passed away. How the university is remembering Bully 21 coming up.
And second cold open, roll it.
And renovations are coming to McKee Park in Starkville. We tell you what the new upgrades will be and hear from officials on why this means so much to the city. Those stories and more coming up on Take 30.
Open ready, and roll it. Roll it. And camera 2, and cut to camera 2.
Welcome to Take 30 News. I'm Mercy Bishop.
And I'm Natalie Robertson. Thanks for tuning in.
All right, and roll.
Flu rates are going up in the Deep South.
The flu positivity rate from lab tests across the country has jumped week to week from 18% to 25%.
Right.
A flu map from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention shows Mississippi is among the states with the highest tier of flu activity. Last week, the Mississippi State Department of Health announced the state's first pediatric flu death of the season. Flu season typically peaks in January through March in Mississippi, and the flu shot usually takes up to 2 weeks to produce immunity. Several grade schools in the state have closed for a few days due to sickness. Officials here at Mississippi State say they prepared just in case the Starkville campus is hit with sickness.
And roll sound on tape.
Based on the experience we had during COVID, we are monitoring these new strains, new illnesses, with an eye toward the level of incidence that we have. Has it risen to that point? No, not yet, but we are seeing in pockets around the state, we're seeing elementary and secondary schools that are having to close for a few days because of the incidence of illness in their schools. So we certainly know it's a possibility.
And roll
As
video.
if the school has to cancel classes, they have experience with virtual learning.
All right, and go to camera 2.
It's a sad day for Mississippi State fans as the Bulldog family mourns the loss of one of its most beloved figures.
Bully 21, also known as Jax, has died at the age of 10. Thomas Hunt looks back at his life and impact on the MSU community.
And take bully package.
Mississippi State's 21st bully, known as Jack, named after the legendary Jack Crystal, has passed away at the age of 10 years old. He served as the university's live mascot from April 2015 to April 2023, whether that was helping predict the weather, making an appearance on SEC Nation, or being featured on the cover of Sports Illustrated alongside Dak Prescott. Jack was there for it all. Jack's caregiver, Lisa Pritchard, explains that Jack was a friend to anyone and everyone that he met.
I mean, he was an ambassador for the university. He never met a stranger. He loved being loved on and petted by everyone. And it didn't matter what college colors you were wearing. You could be anybody. You could be an Alabama fan, an LSU fan, of course an Ole Miss fan. It didn't matter. As long as you were being good to him and loving on him, he didn't care.
Jack followed in the footsteps of his grandfather, Tonka, Bully the 19th, and his dad, Champ, Bully the 20th, becoming the 21st Bulldog of Mississippi State. Jack was beloved by so many fans and always seemed to have the biggest smile on his face. He's also the only Bulldog to have a national championship under his belt. He will always be remembered by fans for many years to come. For Take 30 News, I'm Thomas Hunt.
And take camera 3.
Looking for more ways to connect on campus? As of this month, Mississippi State Student Association has partnered with a student-exclusive marketplace app called Roomy.
And take VO.
This app offers a safe space where students can buy and sell items amongst each other as well as communicate about upcoming events on campus. The app was created by 2 Mississippi State students and launched in 2022. The University of Mississippi was the first college to implement this app, with Mississippi State shortly following suit. Before the partnership, an estimated 3,000 MSU students were already active users on the app. Following the January 16th partnership, an additional 400 to 500 students of the Bulldog community joined the app as well.
And take SOT.
Our goal is to double the membership on the app as far as Mississippi State emails go by the end of this semester. So hopefully from that we'll see maybe less reports of property crime on campus or in the city of Starkville or we'll hear from students that they feel like they're better connected, like they had an easier time finding tickets to games, or they finding date party outfits, or furniture, lamps and couches and stuff for their dorms.
And take camera 1.
2 is better than 1 as Mississippi State University and East Mississippi Community College team up to train the workforce of tomorrow.
And take VO.
On Wednesday, the 2 institutions formalized a partnership at the Communiversity through the AIM Up program. Students from both schools will prepare side by side for careers in manufacturing. In the AIM Up lab, students will work with autonomous robots that can handle materials and inspect quality, preparing them for real-life job settings. There's also a new advanced composites training center opening its doors to students and local industry employees for hands-on training and development.
And take shot.
This is a fabulous training research center that enables students to get skill training for jobs of now and jobs of the future. And this is to help support the workforce here in the Golden Triangle.
They'll learn about mechatronics, they'll learn about production, they'll learn about everything that happens inside of a production facility. Very specific skills that will allow them to enter the workforce as a very prepared entry-level employee.
And take VO.
The program was made possible with state and federal funding, setting students up for success and providing opportunities for industry growth across the Golden Triangle.
And next VO.
If you've driven by McKee Park lately, you've noticed lots of construction underway. Starkville Mayor Lynn Spruill said they are revamping the park and giving it a different feel for the community. Soon the park will be home to a new splash pad, playground, pavilions, dog park, amphitheater, and restrooms. Mayor Spruill and General Manager of Starkville Parks and Rec, Doug Heflin, agree this project will be a good asset for the city.
And take shot.
Our obligation to our citizens is to improve the quality of life, and so parks are a huge part of what a governmental body is expected to do for the public in general, and so this plays right into that, and all of our parks have needed this revamping over the last years because we really haven't done anything to them, and so this is a perfect opportunity to do them all at the same time. We've got the bonding funding to do it. We've got partners in doing it because we've got people who want to have things named, for example. So there are opportunities all over the community in the sense of park needs, and so these will hopefully meet some of those.
The thing about the McKee Park project, it is going to be something for everybody in the community. It is not a specific for one thing. It is a true family-oriented park. It will be something for everybody, and again, the excitement to have that in our community and brings out just the excitement for the kids, the families. So yeah, it's an exciting time.
Should be completed by this fall.
And take camera 3.
This Wednesday, the Chinese Culture Club bring in the Chinese New Year. Students celebrated the Year of the Dragon by bringing Chinese culture to the Mississippi State campus.
Take VO.
The Chinese Culture Club is bringing the Lunar New Year to campus, allowing students to immerse themselves in traditional Chinese festivities.
And take a tot.
And faculty are ringing in the Chinese New Year. The Chinese Culture Club is helping celebrate the Year of the Dragon with Chinese food, traditions, and games. The Year of the Dragon symbolizes strength and ambition. Co-president of the Chinese Culture Club, Yin Shun Hung, shared the importance of bringing this tradition to Mississippi State.
Chinese New Year's, or Lunar New Year's, whatever you call it, is very important in
Next time,
China.
if I don't have 30 minutes before to
look. Culture Club, we wanted to bring that experience over to USA, specifically MS State. So throughout the planning process, we were thinking of what type of foods we could have, anything that I could cook specifically, and what activities that most Chinese cultures would partake in. One of the things we did here was the Hong balls. In Chinese tradition, the elderly would give them to their children, but since we're just a culture club, we would figure it would be fun to have people just make their own and hopefully get some good fortune themselves.
For many, this holiday is a time to reconnect with family and celebrate together.
It's just one of those days within the entire year you can actually just relax and just be with the family and just Probably party.
Whether it's through food, exciting games, or Chinese traditions, Mississippi State's Chinese Culture Club is helping students experience the heritage of the Lunar New Year. Telling your story with Take 30 News, I'm Natalie Robertson. I definitely feel good fortune for the Year of the Dragon thanks to the Chinese Culture Club.
Take camera 1.
Coming up, we look more at happenings around Starkville, including the retirement of a campus canine that's been protecting students for years.
All right, and fade to black. And take commercial. 4, 3, 2, 1, and fade to 2.
A former Starkville High School coach has pled guilty to touching a student.
Randy Carlisle entered the guilty plea in Oktibbeha County Circuit Court today, January 27th. District Attorney Scott Collins said Carlisle rubbed the 17-year-old student's butt while hugging her after... Y'all, I'm so sorry. May 2022. The student also provided investigators with text messages that had inappropriate comments and desires. Carlisle was given 5 years probation and he must register as a sex offender along with paying a $2,500 fine. Collins said this agreement was reached at the request of the victim and her parents.
Take camera 2.
A beloved canine for the Mississippi State Police is hanging up her leash after years of service. I got to take a look at how the department honored their four-legged friend and hear from some of the staff who worked alongside her.
And take package.
The MSU Police hosted a retirement party to honor Canine Bessie and her hard work over the past 9 years for the department. They had an official certificate from HR to honor her, cake and refreshments to help celebrate, and lots of love and support from friends and family who attended. To learn a little bit more about the background of Canine Bessie, I got to talk to Sergeant Nick Coe, who is not only her partner at work, but her caregiver at home.
Bessie is an 11-year-old Belgian Malinois. She is dual certified in explosive detection and patrol. She came from Czechoslovakia, and I got her late in the year in 2015.
The MSU Police had some pretty funny stories to tell about Bessie since she's been on staff with them for over 9 years.
You heard earlier, but she was the only one that I know of that's like got
Hey,
hit
can you
by
make sure that they know
twice.
we're skipping the weather teas, go straight to sports teas after this?
A
Not
couple
straight
of
to sports
times.
teas, but we're
Bessie
skipping
was
the weather
not the
teas.
only
No weather
canine
teas.
working with the
Just make sure
MSU
they're aware.
Police. They actually have 4 other canines that are all trained with different abilities.
3 of those are explosive detective dogs, and 1 is a narcotics dog. Our newest one is Bash, who is here today, who we got last year.
The MSU Police said they will eventually be looking for another canine to fill Bessie's paws. This is Mercy Rain reporting for Take 30 News.
And take camera 2.
As Canine Bessie enjoys her well-deserved retirement, her service to MSU will always be remembered.
While her days of patrols are over, her impact on the MSU Police Department will never be forgotten. We wish her a relaxing and happy retirement.
All right, and
Coming up after the break, we'll get a look into the sports.
Take 30's Chloe Carter will be with us soon.
All right, and fade to black and commercial. I thought they had just messed up. And 10 seconds out. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and fade to 3. And go.
Good evening, Bulldogs. I'm Chloe Carter, and welcome back to
the
Take
graphic
30
up,
Sports
and
here at Mississippi State University.
And kill music.
Men's Bulldog basketball was back at home this weekend against the University of Alabama Crimson Tide. We'll break down all the action from that game and what's next for the team as they push through the remainder of the season. Then we'll switch gears and dive into Mississippi State football, taking a closer look at the recruiting class and new transfer portal additions as we gear up for the fall. With football season behind us, Coach Levy and his staff are already building for the future. With the 2024 football season behind us, we will look at what's ahead for Bulldog football.
And cue video.
But our guys understand.
The first year of the Jeff Levy era has come to a close for the Mississippi State Bulldogs. But that doesn't mean the work is done for the new head coach. Coach Levy and his staff have been hot on the recruiting trail this season, landing a 23rd ranked class. Led by the commitment of 4-star quarterback Kamario Taylor, the Bulldogs will look to bring in these new commitments in the coming year and get them ready to play on Saturdays and improve the roster. along with additions on the defensive end with edge Tyshawn Willis and linebacker Tyler Lockhart. The Bulldogs' new class will look to bolster the roster on both sides of the ball.
I was going to say,
the Bulldogs will look to
whenever we get
improve
close
in
to
Coach
it,
Jeff Levy's
just tell
second
me.
year. And luckily for them,
Tony, can you
they
hear
didn't
us?
just pick up great
How
players
much
during their recruitment
slack
process.
do you have on the end of it?
They also gained them in the transfer portal. The Bulldogs were able to walk away with the 12th ranked.
No, like slack on the end. A little
Many
buffer?
of these
Okay.
new additions should be seen
That's what I
on
need
the
to know.
field as soon
As long as you have a
next
buffer.
year. One of the biggest pickups is quarterback Luke Kromenhoff from Florida State. The transfer will look to compete with Blake Shapen for the starting spot in the 2025 season. As well, linebacker Jere Bledsoe from Texas and defensive end Jalen Smith from Tennessee will also look to upgrade the defense of the Bulldogs,
It wasn't marked
along
on the
with the
side.
rest of the impressive transfer haul Coach Levy came away with. The future for Bulldogs football looks bright, and with another tough schedule on the docket, these players will get the chance to show their skills soon. With Take 30 News, I'm Gavin Zawada.
Camera 3 ready? And cut to camera 3.
We will be able to take a look at the Bulldogs' new additions, the upcoming spring game that will take place on April 19th. Mark your calendars because the 39th annual Super Bulldog Weekend is quickly approaching.
What?
From May 1st to the 4th, Mississippi State will host one of its biggest traditions of the year. I will take a look at the kickoff Thursday, May 1st, with the softball team taking on Ole Miss for a 3-game series. Then from Friday, May 2nd through Sunday, May 4th, Dudy Noble Field will be rocking as the Bulldogs face Kentucky in a highly anticipated baseball series. It's going to be a packed weekend with action that you won't want to miss. This past Wednesday, the men's Bulldog basketball hosted number 4 Alabama, making it a top 15 match. Although the Bulldogs fell short, the Bulldogs were still able to host offensively and defensively.
And take VO. She's reading.
It's number.
She's reading.
It was
range was still 32%, as Claudio Harris Jr. adds to here. Sean Johns Jr. falls a little short at the goal, but Keyshawn Murphy is there for the assist just to get this crowd started. Hubbard passes to Delquan, then to Sean Johns Jr., and he shows up with a dunk. The Bulldogs offense shows up once again, as they did excellently throughout the night. Claudel says the team has to keep the intensity high and the communication even higher.
You know, we got the answers to the test before we go in, and you know, we may have to make adjustments here and there, mid-game, halftime, whatever the case is, but at the end of the day, we got to keep our intensity high, we got to stay together, and we got to keep communicating.
Hubbard was on fire all night with 38 points. This is the most in MSU men's basketball in the century, along with 6 three-pointers. Coach Jan says the team has more work to do to be a top 10 team.
I'm confident in this team. I believe in this group. That's what I told them before the game, what I told them during the game, and what I told them after the game.
This isn't right.
And we just got to stay the course. I mean, woulda, shoulda, coulda.
Just be ready to go to camera 3.
It's a very hurt
I don't
locker
know
room,
what's happening here. My script
from the
isn't
top
right.
down, and,
I don't have any of this.
You'd expect them to.
I don't have any of this. I don't know
pour
what's
their heart
happening.
out there.
So just get ready.
Left it on the floor, and in the end, we didn't win the game.
Get ready to
which
cut
is
to camera
obviously
3.
all that matters, but we've got more work to do.
And cut to camera 3.
Men's Bulldog basketball returns back to the hump this Saturday, where hopefully fans will bring over the same energy that they had Wednesday night, as we have another big game against SEC-ranked Missouri.
And Theo?
From basketball's ongoing push this season to the exciting new talent joining MSU football, there's a lot to look forward to in the months ahead, including your women's basketball team who will travel to face LSU on Sunday. Be sure to stay tuned for all the latest updates as we continue to cover your Mississippi State Bulldogs. Thanks for tuning in to Take 30 Sports. I'm Chloe Carter, and as always, Hail State. Back to you two.
Cut to camera 2.
After the break, we'll see another exciting event returning to the city during Super Bulldog Weekend.
For both the community and our furry friends.
And fade to black. Alright, good job getting through that, guy. 3, 2, 1, and go to camera 2.
The 2025 Starkville Derby is returning during Super Bulldog Weekend and have announced who their grand marshals will be this year.
2 Mississippi State alumni will head the reins this year as Jeffrey Simmons and JT Gray return to Starkville for the Derby. The two left Mississippi State in 2018 for the NFL Draft. The Derby has already said that they have broken registration records with dogs coming from as far as New York City and Denver.
Right.
Within the first 2
Camera
weeks,
2 needs
more
to
than
zoom out.
100 pets have signed up to attend.
Alright, just take camera 2. And just
That's
read.
all for this evening. Thank you for joining us here at Take 30.
We'll see you here next Friday from Take 30 News. Good night.
Alright, get black ready. And fade to black.
Oh my
From
God.
Take
Sorry.
30
No, it's just, there was no cue for it. It said
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I laughed at least 3 times during that.
That was funny because if y'all just zoom, you'll come
No, I know. There was nothing we could do.
Well, Natalie was saying, come over here.
No, I just
And
meant
I was like, okay.
No,
Yeah, I can't hear you. That needs to be fixed next time. There's nothing I can do about that. Yeah. I also. That was bad. I had the same issue. We've got to figure. We just need to take notes because that was rough. There was a lot of spots where I just didn't know what was happening because the script just didn't have stuff. Stopped existing. Yeah, because the expressions they have to move the expression keyboard, so it was kind of everything was just kind of rough. So we just need to figure that out next time. We're gonna be